Tosh Leith Hamilton is an intuitive guru with an innate ability to understand people, assess their past, present, and possibilities of their future. Take a look.
Tosh, just to be clear, we want to help people understand what it is you do. So, what is an intuitive, and how is that different from maybe a psychic or some of the other things people have seen on TV?
Sure. So I'm an intuitive and I have the ability to connect with someone, whether it be in person, over the phone, or via photo, and identify things in their lives, ranging from their past, their present, as well as the possibility of their future. And so the difference between myself and psychics or tarot card readers, if I want to use those terms, is I'm a God-given woman. I don't believe in, candles and all the other things that people are into. I know that my gift is specifically prophetic. I have a gift of prophecy. And so I pray, I speak with my clients, and whatever comes up for me is usually what's taking place in their lives.
Wow. So, how does the process work? Do you just sit down with someone and just premonitions come to you, feelings, emotions? What do you share with them, and how do they come to you?
Sure. So interestingly enough, my gift is on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's never off. So wherever I am, whether I'm in a supermarket, in an Uber, in a restaurant, I have the ability to look at someone and just know what's happening in their lives. So it's no specific feeling or aura. It is just there. It's present. But the good news to that is within 24 hours of me speaking to that individual, I will forget whatever I shared with them. I don't retain the information. So I look at them, I say, hey, this is what's going on in your life. You need to do XYZ. And that's it. It's gone. I totally forgot the message. So that's how I know it's God-given.
Oh, well, that's good that it leaves you afterwards. So you're not like haunted by all of these things going on in your head.
No way. I think I'll be in the crazy house.
But when did you know that you even had this, God-given skill?
So when I was as young as 6 years old, I told my mother something about a good friend of hers, just, being a kid, being nosy, being in the conversation. And I mentioned mentioned something to my mom with regards to her friend having health issues. I'm about like 6, 7 years old within that age bracket. And my mom was like, well, how do you know that? Like, where did you get that from? And I was just like, I don't know. I was always a talker as a kid. I talked a lot. I would sleepwalk, it was always interesting with some of the things that I did. And it was just because I had messages for people and I did not know how to really reveal it. So it was then when my family realized that I had a gift.
And when did you start to realize that you could help people and make a living out of this as well?
Yeah, so I took this transformational workshop called Momentum Education in New York City. And it's based around like living your life at its highest possibility, who you being in this world, and what is your life's purpose. And so it was then in that course when I realized that I wanted to just be who I was, right? I felt like I was living a secret. I was living in the closet with having this gift, knowing that I can use it to help people. So during this class, I said, I'm done with hiding. I went around the room, I read about like 4 people and revealed things to them about their lives. They were shocked. And the impact that I made in that short period of time, I knew that I needed to make a larger impact in the world. And I decided to do this full time as an entrepreneur.
Okay, so a lot of the sessions that you give people, I'm sure, have to deal with fear because a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. So for all those people that are out there listening to us right now, maybe they can or can't get a session from you, what would you say to them about coping with, managing the fear of the unknown that we all go through?
Yeah, I always tell my clients and people in general that this is life, right? We're going to go through things. We have to learn how to really pick up ourselves and pivot through whatever we go through. And I always tell people nothing is forever. Today is today. Yesterday is yesterday. So the only way that you can really move forward and have light at the end of the tunnel is if you continue to propel and choose not to be a victim of your circumstances, right? I always say faith and fear doesn't mix. You can't have faith and fear at the same time. You have to make a choice. You can be fearful and stay stuck and stagnant, or you can have faith and move forward. So this way you can be where you're destined to be.
Yeah. But what do you say to those skeptics out there that say, oh, this is just mumbo jumbo, this isn't real, or she's not giving anything that I could not, if somebody says, oh, you're a hard worker, you're successful, like I know that already. They're not telling me anything I don't know. What do you say to those people?
Well, I always tell people, first and foremost, you do have to experience me, right? I call myself the homegirl with the gift. You get to speak with me, and I am your friend who just so happens to know your business. And so I dive deep. I tell people things in their lives that has transpired, things that is currently going on in their lives right now. So it's something that you cannot deny. I also offer Instagram lives on Instagram often, and I put the recording on my IG where I'm randomly calling people in and I'm reading them live and in action. I do not know these people. I never met them, and I just start tapping into their lives. So that's proof right there, in addition to having a one-on-one session with me. So
Okay.
I'm 100% real.
So what advice would you have for those that are out there that want to find a life coach or a spiritual coach, someone that can help them throughout their daily lives?
Well, the first thing that I want to say is the person has to know what they want first, right? You can't allow someone to help you if you don't even know what direction you're going into, right? The difference between myself and other life coaches, I'm intuitive. I have a God-given gift. So I'm speaking to you about things that's going on. I'm speaking to you about things that have transpired to allow you to release things, to allow you to move forward so that you can live your best life. While other life coaches, and nothing against them, I think that everyone is great, they have to dig and they have to allow the person to say, hey, this is what I need. This is what I want. And if you don't know, then how can you allow that person to support you? So I dive in. You don't have to tell me anything. I know what you need. I know what you want. I know where you've been. I tap right into it so we can just move forward.
All right, there you have it. To schedule a session with Tash or attend one of her live events, you can visit talktotash.com. Sharon, Mike, how do you feel about it? Do you believe it? Are you a believer?
Can I ask the
believe
first
in
question,
Jesus.
Mike?
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I
Go ahead.
just ask? I do have one. I just wanted to, and it's not. I don't make any. How much? How much is a session, Shannon? Is what I want to know.
You know, we're not here to
Yeah.
sell her
Yeah.
sessions. You got to talk to her. You got to see because you know I'm sure
Exactly.
the
You ain't even
price
asked me. I
varies.
assure
yeah.
you.
I was like,
Yeah, I bet it does. I bet it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Did she
But-
tell you anything about yourself that was eye-opening, made you say, "Oh wow"?
You know,
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of some of the
This
stuff I
is-
already knew. Some of the stuff was a confirmation of some of the stuff that I was going through at the time, and some of the things that I did not say. And I was like, "Oh, I've been thinking about that. You're right. Okay, I should do that. I should do this." So it was a lot of confirmations, information I hadn't told her, and some that I had. But I was like, okay, I was
But
impressed.
it's on your TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
But yeah, you know what?
I see a
Nah, I
woman
just
in your life.
Right.
Yeah,
There's a woman.
the one I'm married to.
Did you have a mother?
Kids. Now we gotta
you're
stop.
so
This is her
silly.
business.
No.
Yeah.
And you know what?
No. Like, I believe
Yeah,
this is
you know
good.
what,
And a lot of
Mike?
people live by it.
To each his own.
And it's not like she's saying don't trust God, don't believe. She uses faith a lot in what she does. As she said, it was a God-given gift to her. So, it's interesting the different beliefs people have and how people will use this to actually navigate their lives.
No, true
I like the
confession,
segment
total
with those
transparency.
Dry carrots better, I think. I'm
I-
sorry.
I-
I did
I've
not know
gotten
my mic
readings
was hot.
before.
I apologize.
And I think
just
sometimes
blurted
you,
something
you
out.
hear them
Cut
and
my
you
mic.
hear what you want to hear. But I like when they tell you the bad stuff too. How in detail did she get with you though?
Oh, she can get very specific. She says she can get down to, who you should be dating, who you shouldn't be dating, who you should be married to, your financial situation. She can give you details
Oh, no,
about
I
your
just
life.
perked
And I
up.
think it depends on the person and how strong she's getting these visions or the intuition and aspects about their lives. But some people she can go deeper than others, but she can actually save people's lives. So you never know unless you try it.
Oh, well, when it comes to the dating, well, I
I
think
need
Sharon need an
somebody.
intuitive for that. I mean, like Sharon already knows.
Oh, I do have a detector of my
Good.
own.
Sharon,
But maybe I'm
stop.
too hard on people.
Putting
Maybe
a little
now
glass
you
of-
woke me up. Maybe I do need to contact her when I meet someone, Shannon,
There you
and she
go.
can give me thumbs up or thumbs down, and maybe read into. First of all, look at their bank account. Second of all, look at their
Wait,
medical records.
bank account?
Okay.
Wow.
Since I don't have access to, I don't care how it sounds anymore. I've been on this
Right.
earth long enough to just keep it all the way.
Hey,
Okay.
I appreciate that,
I
though.
don't, you gotta bring something to the table.
Make sure
But
they're not
this
living
is
with the mama.
eye-opening.
Look.
That's right. That's eye-opening. Whatever, Mike, pulling your book off the shelf.
Oh,
Go
Lord.
ahead, let's sell the
Right,
books
right,
more. This is Shannon's segment, not yours.
Oh, goodness.
But
Go
it's
ahead,
an
Shannon.
open mic.
Woosah.
We'll
Yeah,
sell that
woosah.
too.
Woosah.
Well, Shannon, this was
Woosah.
interesting. Good try.
Appreciate you
And
guys.
we'll see you next Wednesday. Another informative Woosah Wednesday. Who get
Somebody
him,
said
producer
Shannon got a
William?
hole in his
Thank
pants.
You, Shannon.
You got a hole in your pants, Shannon?
Exactly.
A huge hole. Look, huge hole.
Why
You
you
can't
wearing?
see it.
Okay.
Why you
From
got
back
holes
to
in your pants?
Can't see it. Look.
Well, yeah, stay like that. We don't want to.
Can't
Don't
wait
turn
till
around.
his wife gets
Don't
after
turn
him
around.
because she does keep him in check. And
Some
he
haters
needs
up
oh
in
my
here.
goodness. Go on and with your
Do
air
you feel a
conditioning.
breeze?
Thank you.
No,
All
right?
right.